Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, everybody. Is it still Black Friday? No. Did you spend a lot of money? Who was first today? Acid Bat. What are you talking about, Acid Bat? Worms? Explain. Scromantis, what's up? Jean-Paul Bondi, hey! Yes, it's happening. Hey, get back to me about that email you sent. I replied and then I never heard anything. Hey, what's up, Scott Beckson? Welcome. Glad you finally made it live. Stereo Decor is here. Jan Antisfiets. Calling out for Dutch producers. Yes, I'm sure there must be. There have been and there are. Mad Mats from Hamburg, welcome. Itze is here. Functor is here. Holy smokes, Josh Holiday almost forgot. It's Saturday. Hey, Simple Sam. Long time part of the community. Half God, half beast. Yes, that's right. It's Black Friday until Christmas. It's Cyber Monday coming up, right? Let's just, instead of Thanksgiving and Christmas, let's just worship the capitalist gods. How about that? Spend all your money, consumers. Emmett J, hey. Hendrik 6. And it's Max Wild, our fearless leader here at 343 Labs. Jaja 9000, big Electro fan. Nice to know. We'll do Electro in another week. Today I'm fooling around with some Techno. Let's get into it. I'm just popping up here in the studio at 343 Labs in New York City, and this is Selway's Techno Saturdays, brought to you by 343 Labs Music Production School here. All over the world, actually. We're global. Isn't that right, Max? We're online. We got students from everywhere. We got our one-year program that's running here in New York and in Berlin at Riverside Studios. We're here in New York City on 23rd Street in between 6th and 7th Avenue. It's a cool spot. I like to think. We'd like to think, right, Max? It's so funny. I was just feeling real kind of low-key today and listening to this mellow. Well, it's not that mellow. It's kind of dark and it's dubby and deep, but also heavy at the same time, and kind of getting hypnotized. And then I hit start, and then my brain went, wee, and now I'm completely on. Let's see how long that lasts. Right. Let me just say that I think our one-year program's going great. We've got a lot of students. They're all doing work. They're all moving forward, and their first quarter milestone projects are coming up. In December, they've got their tracks that they're getting done. They're doing collaborations, and we're very pleased at how this first run of our year program is going. And I think we already filled up our next round. We're starting in January. So anyway, if you want to know more about the programs that we run at 343 Labs, all of our individual classes, our one-year program, everything we do, workshops, events. We've got something coming up here in New York. We're doing with Ableton. We're doing a Push 3 and Live 12 workshop. So those of you in the New York City area, check that out. All of the information can be found on our website in the links below. And you can learn more about that because it's what we like to do. And we'd love to share that with you. All right, enough silliness. Who else is here? Who else is joining the chat? New Drexian is back. Steve Leich, hey, you're here instead of Facebook. Good, glad you made it over. And Max Wild how remiss of me, sir. Our Black Friday sale is still going on, of course, because it's Black Friday until Christmas, right? So we got 25% off everything, all of our courses. I've got a Making Techno online course happening again beginning of next year. So maybe some of you here watching the video would be interested. As before, all details found by clicking on the links below in the description that will take you to our website, and you can read all about it, find out more information. So, man, I got to chill out. What did you guys buy for Black Friday? I got the entry level version of Melodyne. That was my big $49 to try out Melodyne. I've been working on this mixing project, taking these old stems that we transferred over from 2-inch tape, my ska band, my ska rock, punk, metal, funk, soul band, whatever we played all sorts of different stuff, but yeah, and I've been experimenting on doing some very subtle pitch correction to our singers' recordings, and you'll never be able to tell. I mean, even the basic version of Melodyne is so good at it. Like, even without all the power tools that the more expensive version of Melodyne has, it's amazing how seamless it is. I've actually done pitch correction on vocals using envelope automation, which is super tedious. Man, I mean, we'd all love to have, well, a lot of people would love to have Ableton eventually include that type of workflow, that type of control, Melodyne type stuff in live. But yeah, it's just much easier using Melodyne. Cool. Itze got a Poly-In Tracker Mini. Nice. Mad Mats has got Sound Toys Decapitator and a Korg M1. Oh, a Korg M1 plugin. Black Friday Forever Sale cheap stuff. Half God. Oh, that's Simple Sam. Half God, Half Beast got a TD3. Very nice. And I'm sorry, Itze, you still don't have Live 12 beta access. I'm pretty sure they opened up the public beta. I guess it just takes a little while to get through the list. And let's see. Half God, Half Beast almost got a Dremel. I would like a Dremel. Are there good Black Friday deals on Dremels? That would be cool. And another new name here. Welcome, Witold Zielonka. Did I get it right? Did I say your name right? Okay. Arturia FX. Simple Sam is going to wait until next year for Arturia FX. I say, why not wait a little bit? No need to spend lots of money. So yeah, the only thing I really got that was, well, no, that's not true. There's some personal non-music doodads that I bought that had in my shopping carts for a little while that went down for Black Friday, but we don't need to talk about that stuff here. It has nothing to do with music production or anything else. But let's see. John Paul Bondi's impatiently waiting for the Teenage Engineering EP133 KO2. Functor, the Fab Filter plugins are really good. So if this is the time of year to get it at a cheap price, then go for it. I use them all the time. So, all right. Witold's asking me to do something with the Nord rack. It's not plugged in. Let me grab it. I'm going to be off camera for a second. Here it is. This is actually, to full disclosure, this is not mine. I actually used to own one and I sold it. And this is Christian. I had Christian Smith's 909 for like decades, and then we finally sold it. And I still have his Nord rack too. Christian, do you want me to sell the Nord rack too? I don't want to. I want to plug it in and use it. I like them. I've talked about this before. I keep putting off doing a hardware thing for the show, but just in general, we have all this nice gear here, and it's just so easy to stay in the box. It's just so easy to work with Ableton Live and plugins and be able to work anywhere and not have to worry about plugging things in and out. But it's going to happen eventually. Well, you know what else is going to happen before I move into making music? I'm still trying to nail down like the feedback, the guests for feedback. Now, what I'm going to say is if I can't confirm a guest, we're going to do feedback by the end of the year. Even if it's just me, we're going to do it. All right. Maybe we'll do a combined electro and techno feedback session just for the very end of the year. But I got to figure out exactly when we're going to do that. There's only so many Saturdays left. And, I do have one guest coming up. Noah Pred's going to come back. and we'll do some of his crazy Max for Live madness. But yeah, so just those of you who have been waiting, apologies for it taking so long. I was just really, had my heart set on certain guests, and their schedules just haven't worked out. So it will happen, though. We're going to do it, at least one, within the time we have. We're gonna squeeze it in there somehow. All right. Now, where are we today? Getting into actual music. And you'll remember some weeks ago, I wanted to do something deep and dubby, but without the chord stabs. And I came up with kind of something real simple, but with nice vibe, I think. And just using effects on the 909. And I made a simple sound with operator and added distortion to it. And then I made this kind of feedback echo thing. And then we made a pad, like a weird noisy, it was like noise running through the vocoder here. So let's see. And I had a MIDI controller plugged in last time. I'm foregoing that today. But let's have a listen. Let's see where we're at. Oh. That instantly just puts me in a different zone. Max Wild, I'm going to do the Selway Sway. Let's make a variation on this clip. I'm going to do one without the hi-hat. I like how spacious it is, but it's also stomping, which is what I wanted. I wanted it to be like heavy, deep. We've got that feedback action. You can just play with that all day. Like, that's all I need. I could dance to this for 5 minutes without hardly anything else going on. Add a little more energy with the... That's just the close hi-hat going into lots of distortion. And I'm really accentuating the 8th note pulse of this because everything's going into that 8th note delay, including the kick and the hi-hats. Some little bit of variation on the hi-hats. All right, what happens? I've got so much distortion on these drums. What happens if I take the kick drum out? They're gonna get really loud. Let's see. Not too bad. Oh, there's that tom coming out. Boom. What happens next? I'm thinking a little bit towards arranging today. We'll get started with arranging, just with what we've got, and maybe come up with a few new interesting elements. All right, and I have one new sound that I added. This guy. So I want to keep up with this kind of fuzzy, electrical, buzzy kind of noise, right? And I just found, honestly, this is just going through presets sometimes is the fun way to go if I just want to lay stuff down quick. And I'm just high passing. It's really more of a bass sound, this is a really good preset here in the library. I think it's ooh. What is this? Come on now. Show me what you got. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. It's a wavetable. And I can make sounds like that obviously, but today, who cares? And I'm just high passing that because all I wanted was the sizzle and the noise and a little bit of that resonance. Let's lay that in there. I'm not even sure what beat. I want it to just happen not too often. And I don't know if I want it on a downbeat or on an upbeat. Maybe it on an offbeat would be better. Because it doesn't get in the way of that kick drum. Yeah, that works. Okay. Should we do the obvious and bring in a ride cymbal? Why not? Oops. And bring the level of those down. I know they're going to be too loud. Oop, missed the kick drum. Where's that ride? There's two rides. What's the other one? Ooh, noisy. What is that? That sounds crazy. What's happening to that? It must have something. There's some effects in there. Some pitch shift, pitch shifting or ring mod or something. What is going on in here? Let's take a look. It must be whatever I put on. Yeah, okay. I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening in this drum rack. But I like how noisy it is. We want noise. And like, because it doesn't sound like a typical 909 ride with all that distortion. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that in the arrangement. What's that? Somebody said something. You guys are just going. All right. I saw a comment and now I lost it. Where'd you go? Something about. Oh, weird. Somebody is giving. Okay. I don't know. Sean Paul, I thought you just said something about the hi-hats and now I can't find your comment anymore. Where did it go? That's so crazy. Something about the hi-hats not happening with where the snare drums are happening, but there is no snare drum. So not sure about how that would work. I'm getting distracted by the chat now. Scott Beckson's asking about headphones. What headphones are you using? These. Whoa. I'm blind. These are just what we have at 343 Labs. These are some Audio Technica. Max, what kind of Audio Technica are these? There's no... Oh, there they are. ATH M20X. So this isn't what I usually use. They sound good. They have a lot of energy. And I have them turned up too loud, probably, because I was really feeling this beat. I need to watch my hearing. Everybody, watch your ears. Ear health is important. I use, generally for mixing, Bayer Dynamic DT880 Pros, and the audio interface headphone amp, is the built-in one, is plenty powerful enough. It sounds good. And then I also use, when I'm mixing in the box, SonarWorks Sound ID to do a little correction so that I have a slightly more accurate experience when I'm doing mixing in headphones if I have to. I prefer not to, though. Speakers, good monitors in a treated room. We got nice bass traps in here and stuff. And so it's fairly well balanced for what it is here at the school. But yeah, those are the ones that I like, are those Bayer Dynamics. Back to the beats. Now that I am having crazy issues getting distracted by the chat here. Jean-Paul Bondi said nothing. Sorry. I must have gotten you mixed up with someone. Oh, Jaja 9000. That I told you. I went on the stream today and just my mind went. Brrr. All right, let's listen to the music again. All right, that ride cymbal can't happen like that all the time. That's insane. I like that. I'm going to play with the tuning again. That sounds more like you can hear the real tone of the ride. All right, doesn't sound as good all the way up. Somewhere in there. All right, next. I like where that, okay, there is no snare, there's that tom. I got thrown off, but I'm gonna do the kick and the tom together without the downbeat. I love that. So simple. Such a simple change, it's totally rocking. Then we go back down to just the kick drum. Something like that. I just realized this whole time, I didn't even notice, the metronome's been on. You hear it? That actually sounded good, though. It is adding a little snap of a transient to the kick drum. I'm tempted to actually use that or find a similar sound. I don't know. I'm so glad that we have there's the classic. I hate that sound so much. This one is so much nicer to listen to. And it actually also makes a good kick drum transient. Maybe I should find that sample somewhere. All right, but let's turn it off. So now I need to, I'm thinking, most of the arranging in this track, I want to be drums and tweaking the sounds. I don't want to get too complicated with elements. I want to keep it like a tool, like hypnotic, tracky, banging tool that I don't need to worry about hooks or big buildups or breaks or anything. I just want it to go. But I still might want to think about some other elements, right? So we could kind of brainstorm that a little bit. I could also just start arranging. Is that a new word? I could also start arranging what I've got and just play, just between the drums coming in and out, automation on a couple parameters, and the feedback, right? We have just that I love. Maybe I should lose the ride there. It's a lot. And then there's also this. What's happening? Just felt like something was sneaking up behind me. Good God. What? I should just be recording this. I should just jam this out live, no? Skermanta says, more bigger zaps like Storyteller. What's that? More bigger zaps. Stereo decor is like so much better without a metronome. Was that annoying you? I couldn't even hear it, which is crazy. You'd think I'd hear it in these headphones, but it was just getting squashed. That could tell you right there how detailed these headphones are, that I couldn't even tell that the metronome was on. Let's see. Hey, Pierre Somville. He says, I like 343 TV. Thank you. That's sweet. I do too. I like doing it. All right. Settle down, John. Think. What are you going to do next? All right, so that's I like that effect with the high pass filter. We have this thing for some mysterious vibes in the background. Huh. Maybe as much as I like this stomping thing with really simple percussion programming, the drums are heavy and chunky, but I'm going to try something. Let's tone down that hi-hat a little bit. I want to put in a little shakery thing, but not constantly. Just more like a cha-cha-cha, like chick-chick, chick-chick. Something maybe like that. Let's see. I'm even going to put in the rhythm that I'm thinking of before I audition the sound. Like a little slightly swung kind of a thing. Just a little bit. Find a chunky shaker sound. I might even just make myself something. Wonder if there's already... No, that's none of those. Okay, let's check out some samples. I could take a little clip of a little cut out of a loop and get an articulation, maybe. Let's see. Hendrix wants vocoder. Ricky Steele wants Devil Vox. Little shaker motif. Right, that's what we're doing. We're doing a little shaker motif now. But I want it to be real chunky and dirty and noisy. And none of these sound like what I want. All right, more like that. Dirty. But even... I'm going to have to distort them. That's what it's going to have to be. We're going to distort everything. Okay. So let's just pick one and try it. Too many loops. I could really use the Live 12 browser right now to limit it to just exactly what I want. That would come in handy right now because they have like a million shaker. Those are too real. This is taking too long. All right. I'm going to take the most boring one. Let's take the most boring one and put a lot of distortion on it. Something like that. Just, it'll get there. I realize that it's making a little housey now. I realize that, but why not? It's funny. That's the sound I thought would be boring, but it actually sounds good when I turned it up. I'm not completely sold on this pattern, but I also might want to do it so it doesn't happen as often. What is going on? Maybe we do that instead. Anything to like enhance the bounce of it somehow. All right, that's better. Let's make this even dirtier. Let's crunch it up. My eyes are crossing. What am I looking at? There it is. There it is. Dirt. Okay. I can tell how excited you are by the shaker. You guys all stop talking in the chat. There it is with some delay on that. I like that. That's still good. Then we got this guy. Nah, we got to leave this in there. Okay. I actually think the shaker is good. It's a bit playful compared to the rest of it, with that little swingy part of it. So this sounds good with just the kick on the bass and that hit on top, that buzzy hit. This would be, arrangement-wise, since I'm kind of adding parts and thinking about how the track will progress, this would be a spot to bring in a new thing. And I'm toying with the idea of adding something like a fast, weird techno melodic sequence or something acidy on top, but then that's going to take it away from the dubbiness of it. So I really got to be careful. If I do bring something in, you know, I'm either going to keep it subtle and atmospheric, or I'm going to keep it noisy. Like I've been leaning towards noisy sounds this whole time. It would be nice to have some contrast, something clean to contrast all the dirty sounds. But then, you know, again, do we want to mess it up? I don't know. Hendrix says chord stab. I mean, I would, you know, it's if I'm keeping a dubby vibe, a chord stab would work. I was trying to avoid chord stabs last time, but that was an arbitrary limit just for that day. So, all right, I'm going to write down chord stab as a possibility. I'm thinking maybe like a fast, hypnotic melody. Maybe. Simple Sam says, no, don't take the easy road. Do you mean the chord stab? The chord stab. That is the easy road, but I like it. I like chord stabs. Aaron Hedges, hey, what's up, Aaron? Is suggesting weird Foley sounds and high-tech something or other. I don't know. The window is blocking my view here. There's this little pop-up now when I click on in the YouTube window in the chat, it pops up with report or block no matter what, and it's always covering up what I'm trying to read. It's really annoying. High-tech drum fills, heavy dub delays. Drum fills, I don't want to go too crazy on drum fills. I want things to be subtle, right? I just want the groove to go. But we'll see. Maybe in the context of arranging. All right, Steve like saying a crash every now and then. You know what I was thinking? Is since rather than, okay, I could do crash or like noise. And that's a thing. That's a thing where, let me do this actually. I could just take a sample of noise, but if I just, there we go. This is just noise. Going to make stereo noise. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. That's stereo noise. And then I'm going to give this its own different crazy delay. Let's just try presets because we're lazy. So something like that rather than a crash, because a crash is like what you always get, right? Ooh, noise. Ooh, I like that. It sounds like it's being time stretched. But maybe not. It's a little too much tone, but I can... Ah, sorry, ow. This is complete... Oh, no, undo. 2 delays in a row, I love it. There's your crash. Totally on the wrong beat. And I'm not going to do it on the downbeat. Where's that feedback coming from? That was beautiful. It's from the echo. Whatever that's doing with the modulation. I like that better than a regular crash. But it was a good suggestion to do something percussive and noisy every now and then. It fits the vibe. And I'll figure out the placement when I arrange it. This is just temporary. Okay. I love the little ringing feedback on the side. Okay. What crazy thing can we do to make like a hypnotic melodic thing on top of this that doesn't take away from the overall vibe? I mean, we could use some kind of sequence to generate something. I wonder if like some alternative tuning thing could be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. No dead air, Selway. All right, I'm going to think about this for a minute. I mean, I have an idea, but let's just take a pause here. Let's go back to our welcome screen here. And wow, usually halfway through, I say, you're watching 343 TV here, brought to you 343 Labs, music production school in New York City, in Berlin, and online. That's usually what I do halfway through, but we blew right past the halfway mark. And, you know, I was into it, which is fine. So we can still take a moment to remind everybody that we've got 25% off all of our courses right now. So, you know, if there was ever a time to sign up, I'd say so. And let me just lean in on my Making Techno course, right? Come hang out with me for 6 online classes and we'll make techno. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's geared towards beginners that are just getting into it. it's not any particular style of techno, but you know what I like to make. So, but anything from, anything that I have experience that I can share with you from like when I started out from the 90s all the way through to now, like what we're doing now. And hey, Max, I'm going to say it right now. Put up a Making Electro course on the website and I'll make it happen. Just do it. Just put it up there. Let's just get some people signed up who want to make Electro. Let's do a Making Electro course. Just do it. Don't wait. I keep talking about it. I'm throwing down the gauntlet from myself. Right? So we don't have a Making Electro course on the website yet, but we should. So let's do it. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to teach once we... But anyway, so yeah, Making Techno is there. You can sign up for it. It's online. It's a Zoom class. We'll hang out. We'll talk about the basics of Making Techno. And it's 25% off right now. So what are you waiting for? All right, enough of the hard sell. What are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about in the chat here? Simple Sam is still making recommendations. A slow modulating, high frequency, crunched up pitch modulated pad thing. But I already have a pad thing. Do I need another pad thing? I will take that under advisement, sir. Half God, Half Beast is recommending 6-step 303. Okay, so like a polymetric, like out of sync kind of varying pattern, or like something acidic could work with this. Do I want to make it an acid track? I don't know. Stereo Decor. These are all great suggestions. Stereo Decor is saying 5 short, high, glassy synth, so more like sine wavy, shiny kind of sound. Random 16th notes on steps 11. That is very specific. Oh, you mean not repeating? Use it as if it were a drum fill, like a do kind of a thing every now and then. And that's another thing. Like I can add stuff that's not repeating, right? I can think about stuff that happens over time in the arrangement of transitions and things like that. All right. It Gold says the coherence of the sounds is interesting as always. Thank you. I do like to keep my sounds coherent and myself coherent. I think I'm coherent. I think I understand. It might be the coffee is kicking in. That's why I've been buzzing with this whole show. Probably too much of this. And yes, Simple Sam, corn stab. No, not going to do that. All right. Enough of that. We had our little station break. We've got about 15 minutes left. And let's see. Let's transition back into the arrangement. Whoa, what just happened? Something sounds different. What is it? How did that get on there? I just had the whole... It was like, why did that sound different all of a sudden? I just had the whole... I accidentally loaded up a convolution reverb on the drums. Did I always have that? Or did I just mess it up? I guess... I'm confused now. I don't remember if this was there. I don't know what just happened. It sounds different. Let's look at our undo history. Yeah, I must have clicked something. I must have okay, I get it now. I accidentally deleted some things, so it's good that that I caught that, because that would just ruin everything. That's more like it. Yes, Jean-Paul Bondi, the metronome is missing. Can you even hear it now? It's like a little snap. I'm just thinking about the stereo decore's suggestion. I'm like trying to wrap my head around it. Okay. New Drixian says he'll sign up for a Making Electro course. Yes! We got one. There you go, Max. We've got demand. Let's do it. All right. I'm just thinking right now. All these crazy Max for Live devices, and I can't even remember what they do. Let's cut that random noise stab out of there for a second. And the crashes. Bring it down. I need to think. Oh yeah, I need the update of this. I think there's an update of this, but you guys remember this? We used this on the stream once. I think there's a new version of it. It generates acidy patterns randomly. You can put it on anything. And just for fun, I don't know why, just gonna throw in a pigments. Why not? I feel like it's gonna be too complicated. But I just know like the sound that comes out of this is going to be very different than what I've got. So I think I'm looking for contrast. And I'm going to dare to do something. Oh, that already sounds like acid. What key are we in? All right, that's just... maybe this is the wrong one. It's a different vibe just suddenly. We need to get away from Sawtooth Wave, though. And this is the harmonic engine, and it's a bunch of sine waves making a Sawtooth Wave, and that's why it sounds like a 303, because it's buzzy like a Sawtooth Wave. How can we mess this up? Not at all what I had in mind, but whatever. Just gonna roll with it. Let's filter it. Yeah, I'm not gonna start talking about how additive synthesis works right now. I'm just gonna tweak knobs and see what happens. Not feeling it. But sometimes you got to go through not feeling something. Oh, it's getting weirder now. That's good. Let's put effects on it. Let's just see what happens. Randomly putting effects on it. What is happening? That's interesting. Turning into some more drony percussive thing, which is good, right? All right, so you can see, like, it's just this is all sine waves moving around. It's additive synthesis. And we're just moving different clusters of them around in different positions. All right, does this even work? I don't know. I don't like it. That's better. Lower the density, fewer notes. Make it less than 16, make it an odd number. What was suggested before? Someone said 6 steps. Better. We're better now. It's more techno now, right? Less acidy. I'm even swinging it. Why not? Let's go back to the synth now that I have a better pattern. Getting more minimal and deep now, isn't it? There's a lot going on in this sound. I love it. More partials, more brightness. I'm not against this. It's keeping the vibe mellower now, but I'm not against it. Maybe I can figure it out. How does it sound with this stuff? I'm okay with this. It's like that little hint of melody in the background. Okay. I'm fine with this. And I knew this would sound totally different than everything else, which is I wanted something that contrasted all the other sounds really well. I play with this all day. They can go from cleaner to dirtier, kind of more noisy, less noisy. Sounds like a bell now. That's okay. I love it. How are we doing for time? We're good. Still going for it. What else could be done to this sound? Now I'm doing phase modulation with a sine wave, making it buzzier. I like it better without that. What do we try a higher ratio? More metallic. Now it's more percussion. Sounds kind of more positive now in a way. More delay. More hypnotic. That's the whole track. That just this and all the other things. I think I have enough. All right, let's bring it down. Well, we'll play with it for a couple more minutes, and we'll bring it down for a landing. So noisy. Sounding good to me. There's that feedback again. Okay. I better save this. We'll call it the name of the track. What is that? A lead? It's a techno lead. Percussive lead. Okay. We had the metronome on the whole time. This track has to have the metronome in it. That's just, it's meant to be. All right, I gotta make sure I save this. Saved. Always save all the time, just in case. I think we're good. I think we can arrange this. Yeah, maybe we'll do we could arrange this live on the air on a future Selway's Techno Saturdays. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. That went well. I still feel hyper. It must be just too much caffeine. I don't know. On an empty stomach. I didn't have lunch yet. It's time to eat. So I saw a few of you in the chat were saying you'd be interested in making electro course. So I think we should really seriously finally make this happen. As mentioned, I'm still trying to nail down the guests for the electro feedback that I promised, and or techno feedback. And I think no matter what, we're going to squeeze in a feedback session before the end of the year, whether it's just me or I have a guest. And, maybe we'll do techno and electro. I kind of like to want to keep it focused each time, but yeah, who cares? You all make the music that you make. So nice hanging out with everybody. Nice seeing a bunch of new, as always, seeing new names in the chat is great. Having you guys hang out, just that's what it's all about here. All of you hanging out, listening, enjoying, talking to each other, learning, and one last plug, since it's Black Friday, 25% off all our courses, including the Making Techno course that I'm doing in January. And hopefully, I don't know, we won't have an electro course online in time for Black Friday, but something that we really want to do. So send us emails and ask, and we'll gauge the interest and we'll make it happen. All right, now, very good, everybody. Thanks a lot. And I will see you when I see you, which is probably next week. Okay. Adios. Where's the stop button?
sun. The sun. The sun.